What is going on, Reds? Your eyes aren't deceiving you, and neither are your bank accounts. We're talking about Liverpool, a club once famed for singing. The Reds have got no money, but will still win the league. Now, on an absolute spending rampage. We've already dropped a mind-blowing £265 million this summer. And guess what? The transfer window isn't even closed yet. Remember last season? Premier League champions. Only one summer signing in Federico Chiesa for a measly £10 million. It felt different. But the idea that FSG, our owners, are penny-pinching paupers, that's always been a massive misconception. These guys aren't poor, they're prudent. And when the time is right, when a game changer pops up, they open the purse strings. Think back to 2018, record fees for Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker. Those weren't just signings, they were the foundations for Klopp's era of sustained success. And that midfield overhaul in 2023, crucial to us running away with the league, but nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the current summer splurge. We're talking £265 million so far, and that's before we even get into add-ons. So, the burning questions are, how are Liverpool doing this? Do we need to sell players to balance the books? And could we really see even more new faces before September 1st? Stick around, because we're about to dive deep. Rowing in the same direction. A lot of fans, especially those who used to grumble about FSG's perceived parsimony, are absolutely astounded. Some even believed Klopp could have won more if he'd been backed like, say, Pep Guardiola. But Kieran Maguire, author of The Price of Football, and a true expert in the finances of the beautiful game, has a different take. Whenever I go to Anfield and meet Liverpool fans, they always strike me as one of the most knowledgeable sets of supporters out there. But that's the people going to the ground every week. The Egypts on social media are the problem. They think that the solution to everything is spending £200 million on as many players as possible in each and every window. It's lunacy. He makes a great point. Just because you win 5 league titles on FIFA doesn't make you a football club financial guru. Maguire stresses that Liverpool's approach is brilliant, only bringing in players if they're of net benefit to the club. And here's the crucial part. Everyone, the coach, the directors, the money men, they're all in agreement. Everyone is rowing in the same direction. Problem-solving prowess. This insight explains why there was no panic at Anfield last summer, when everyone else was screaming about our lack of a defensive midfielder. Sporting director Richard Hughes thought he had Martin Zubimendi wrapped up, only for a last-minute U-turn. No plan B, which seemed strange to outsiders. But the recruitment team clearly didn't feel there was another number 6 on the market, capable of improving Slot's squad. And they were right. As it turned out, Liverpool already had the solution in-house, and Arne Slot found it. His masterstroke of deploying Ryan Gravenberch in front of the back four was a revelation. The Bayern Munich flop was crowned the Premier League's Young Player of the Season for his pivotal role in our title win. A lot of coaches would have thrown a fit with just one new signing at a new club, looking at you, Conte. But Slot, true to his Feyenoord days where he overachieved with fewer resources, just got on with it. His resourcefulness? That's exactly why Liverpool hired him. Why now? The strategic overhaul. Of course, it helps that Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool in rude health, something Slot himself acknowledged. It's not easy to improve an already strong squad, but the plan was always to bring in new players at the end of the 2024-25 campaign, regardless of how the season went. Ben Jacobs, a top transfer market reporter, sheds some light on this. FSG are always willing to back Liverpool managers when there is a need to do so, and this is a time when Liverpool feel they need a revamp. Richard Hughes is settled into his role now, and we're also a year into Slot's reign, so he's had time to assess his squad and see what else he needs. The first priority was keeping Salah and Van Dijk. The second, adding to the squad now. This is about creating an overlap where new players effectively compete for starting spots with those they'll eventually replace. Think Mamardashvili coming in while Alisson is still here, or Milos Kerkez while Andy Robertson is still at the club. This is the Liverpool way. They're going big now to overhaul the squad before there's a drastic need. This takes the pressure off the new signings. Plus, Liverpool understands that if they don't make these moves now, especially with other Premier League giants spending big, they risk losing their status as the best team in England. There's urgency, but it's a calm, considered urgency. They move quietly in the market, ignoring the noise. The money was always there. Liverpool are known for their swift, discreet business. Alexis McAllister was practically sealed before the 2023 summer window even opened, but this time they've outdone themselves. Mamardashvili was agreed last year, 2 new fullbacks in by June 23rd, including Jeremie Frimpong, who joined the same day Trent Alexander-Arnold went to Real Madrid. But the real stunner? The signing of Florian Wirtz on June 20th. Nobody saw that coming. He was linked with City and Bayern, not us. And then the price tag, a potential British record, £116 million. But as Ben Jacobs explains, the money was always there for a 9-figure fee. We already knew that they were willing to spend £100 million on a player because they tried to sign Moises Caicedo a couple of years ago, while they also made a big bid for Romeo Lavia during the same window. Both of those players ended up going to Chelsea, meaning that money stayed in the piggy bank to spend at a later date if the right player became available. And here's the genius move. Liverpool are fully compliant with the Premier League's Profit and Sustainability (PSR) rules. They closed their 2024-25 financial year in May, while most other clubs didn't until June. This meant they were satisfied and PSR compliant in May, allowing them to get deals done quickly in June, putting the cost onto the next financial year. This financial foresight gives Liverpool a significant head start in the market. And the spending hasn't stopped. Just this week, we paid an initial £69 million for Hugo Ekitike. So are we running into a PSR problem? Do we need to offload players like Harvey Elliott or Luis Diaz? Kieran Maguire is emphatic. The only reason why anyone will leave Liverpool between now and the end of the window is because they're surplus to requirements. They'll be leaving for footballing reasons as opposed to financial reasons. That's how strong a position they're in. Under PSR rules, you can lose £105 million over 3 years. Liverpool has lost £75 million over the past 3. But once you add back academy, infrastructure, and women's team costs, they're actually in a positive PSR position. Remember, no spending last season. Then winning the league meant bonuses from Standard Chartered, extra Premier League money, and now Champions League cash. Plus, Alexander-Arnold is gone, saving £200,000 a week. They've already sold reserve keeper Kawiman Kelleher and Jarell Quansah, 2 academy players, for around £42 million. That's pure profit. All things considered, Liverpool could spend another £150 million without any PSR issues. So, could this sensational summer get even better? There's still wiggle room for a new centre-back, but also to realize a dream deal. We're talking about Alexander Isak. Liverpool's interest is long-standing. Inquiries were made even before we hijacked the Ekitike deal. The common consensus was Ekitike meant no Isak, right? But then Isak was left out of Newcastle's pre-season game due to speculation and didn't travel for their Asia tour with a thigh problem. It quickly became clear he was unsettled, and just yesterday, it was revealed he's informed Newcastle he wants to leave. Newcastle would demand north of £120 million, but Maguire is adamant price isn't the problem for Liverpool. When you buy a player, you're spreading the cost of the transfer over a set amount of years, usually 5. So, for example, Wirtz cost an initial £100 million, but that works out at £20 million per year in their PSR calculation. Liverpool have already sold Quansah for £30 million, so they're actually financially better off if you're just looking at those two deals alone. And one crucial point, Michael Edwards isn't an idiot. Liverpool are spectacularly well organised. Convincing Newcastle to sell Isak is one thing, but if Liverpool want him, from a financial perspective, it's absolutely no problem at all. So there you have it, Reds. The money is clearly there, the strategy is brilliant, and the ambition is sky high. Liverpool are not just building for next season, they're building for years to come. Could we see Isak in a red shirt? Could we indeed win the league again? Based on this transfer window, anything feels possible. What do you think about Liverpool's spending spree? Who else would you love to see us sign? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more Liverpool content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next update. Up the Reds!